Hey guys, it's me, Rach. Today we're going to be doing a stability workout. So I'm going to work it up from grounded to a little bit less stable. Throughout the practice, I just want it to be known that if you ever feel like you need a wall, props of any sort to help yourself out, that it is not cheating. The chances are you're going to be firing the correct muscles. You're going to be able to make this connection to your mind and your body a lot stronger than if you're just flailing around and hoping for the best. So with that being said, at any point throughout the practice, any of the practices or workouts that we do, always listen to your body first and just use my words as guidance. So it's like a coloring book where you're definitely allowed to color outside the lines. We're going to start on our backs today. Just smooth transition, right into it. So we're going to lay all the way on down. Feet can plant down onto the floor, hands can come down by your sides. Since it is going to be a stability-based workout, I want us to start with our pelvis here. So we're going to take a nice big inhale, let the ribs expand. And then as you exhale, feel the belly button pull down to the spine. Feel your thigh bones drop heavy into the hip sockets, the ribs sink a little bit heavier into the floor. And then we're going to inhale to expand. Exhale to wrap. On your next exhale, gently tuck your tailbone, press your low back down into the mat, and then find a neutral spine. It is really easy here to use the legs and the glutes to do this motion. Try to let the legs turn off, the hip flexors stay soft, and really think the belly button pulling down to the spine controls the tuck of the tailbone. Try to keep the belly button to the spine as you tuck. It's very tempting to let the belly button go at that point. Coming into your neutral spine, notice what neutral is for you. So when we come into any position throughout this workout, you know exactly where your pelvis should be. We're going to tuck the tailbone and then continue to roll ourselves up into a bridge, opening up through the hips, and then you'll just melt it down one bone at a time. Press down through the feet and start to roll up through the spine and melt it down. If your shoulders are feeling tight, maybe try palms up towards the ceiling, open the collarbone a little bit, easing into the motion here. And the next time that you're lifted, I want you to stay up there. We're going to lower the butt down just an inch and lift it up an inch. So our glutes are obviously this big major muscle that we have here in our bodies. It's going to help us find stability throughout our workout today. So just making sure that these guys are activated, they're able to fire when we need them to. Four more. Hold that bridge. See if you can try to pull your heels a little closer to your sits bones and your knees a little further over your toes so you feel your hamstrings turning on here. From there, can you lower the ribs slightly for me and tuck the tailbone a little bit deeper? We're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. You're going to reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. We'll lower it down to be in line with the knee. Lift it on up and then place it back down. Other side, extend right leg, lower, lift, and down. If you need the stability of your arms, feel free to bring them down to the floor again. Keep length through your legs, so keep reaching through the toes. And every time both heels are touching the ground, take it as an opportunity to reset. All right, we're going to go for 3 more. Last one on the right. And lower it all the way on down. Hands can come to the mat. Drop the knees to the right and then over to the left. And then bring it back on up here. Extend the arms back up towards the ceiling and start to roll it back on up to your bridge. This time, right leg comes to the ceiling, but it stays. We open out to the side and then back. Again, you can plant the hands down. Keep the left inner thigh hugging in. And make it small here. Place the right foot down. We go to the other side. We reach it up. It goes out and in. Hug in through the inner thighs. Teeny tiny motion. Last one. Plant it down. Bring it all the way on down. Float the hands back behind the head, interlacing the fingertips. Nice big inhale. We exhale to curl it on up and lower it on down. It's an exhale to curl and lower. Head stays heavy in the hands. Tailbone drops heavy to the floor. And can you feel where your neutral spine is? Come back to that starting position. All right, we've got 3 more like this. Curl it on up and hold it there. We're just holding. See if you can let your thigh bones sink a little bit heavier, and then try to curl up a little bit higher. Let the head get heavy in the arms, chin slightly to chest. Try to widen the shoulder blades and then press the ribs down just a little bit more. Keep this curl for me. Lift the legs up into tabletop here. We're going to slowly extend the right leg out long. You'll bring it back on in and other side. As the leg comes in, lower the head, and then it's an exhale to curl as you extend the leg out long. Using your breath. We have 3. 2. 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Gently rock the low back side to side. And then we're going to bring the hands back behind the legs. The legs come back into tabletop. And feel this pressure of your thighs trying to press into your hands until your arms lock out. We're going to use this as leverage to curl up to the tips of the shoulder blades here. So there's no tension in the neck. You don't have to do that with your head. And then we're going to hug the left leg in this time as you extend the right leg out. And then we'll switch. And we'll switch. So getting a little bit of flexion through the hips. Just as steady through the hips though. So imagine you're trying to balance yourself on a tightrope right now. Tightrope, not tightrope. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Both knees can hug into the chest. All right, once again, just like that, hug behind the legs. Press into your hands. Curl it on up. This time, both legs reach up towards the ceiling. Hands will come back behind the head. Lower the right leg, twist up and over to the left, and then over to the other side. Same thing, no rocking and rolling. Using your exhales to help you twist, peeling your shoulder blades off of the ground. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way on down. All right, rock and roll yourself up to seated, or however you want to get up there. And then we're going to turn and bring it through into an all fours position. Give yourself some cat-cows now that you're here. And maybe you've done cat-cows like a million times, right? See if you cannot just go into autopilot here and do the motion. See if you can feel the motion. Maybe you have to change it up a little bit. Can you tuck the tailbone a little bit more? Reach the breastbone through the arms. Treat each motion like it's your first time doing it, and really try to explore the sensations. Find things out about your body. Alright, we'll pause ourselves in a neutral spine here. Soft bend to the elbows, especially if you're hypermobile like me. And then we're going to lift from the back of the armpits up. So you feel this little lift. Belly button pulls to the spine. Then we're going to extend the left leg out, right arm forward. Okay, take a second. Make sure that you haven't dropped that left hip down so it's nice and square. Ribs are still hugging up and in. Just the arm to start. We lower and lift. And lower and lift. Feel the inner thighs pulling into the midline, that lift of the left armpit. Start to add in the leg lifting up and tapping down. It lifts up and down. For 4, 3, 2, we hold out and in. Limbs drift to the side and back. Only for 3 more. And 1. Plant both hands down, both toes. Tuck the back toes, and then lift it up into your downward dog. Take that left leg now and bring it over the right. So it's resting on top. We're going to roll it forward into a plank, and then you'll send it on back. Try to keep the hips still square. Squeeze the inner thighs together. For 2. On your last one, cover the left leg up as well for a hold. For 3, 2, tap both feet down, both knees down, and sit it into a child's pose. See what you can let go of. Check in with your breath. Let the neck release. And then we'll bring it back forward and up here. We'll extend right leg back. Keep the toes down to start. Lift the left arm and tap it down. You still feel your ribs hugging in. Add in the leg, lifting, squeeze from the low glute, and tap it down. Using your breath. We'll hold the lift on the next one. It goes out to the side and in. And out and in. Back of the throat long for 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way on down. Tuck the toes. Once again, we're going to send it back into our downward dog. Cross the left leg behind the right. Roll it forward into your plank, and then send it back up. Exhale as you come forward. Squeeze those glutes, and then send it back. We're still spiraling the upper arm bones away from one another. All right, last 2. You're going to hold the plank, lifting the right leg up, squeeze, breathe for 3, 2, 1. Lower the foot, lower the knees, child's pose once again. This time, let's bring the hands back to grab the arches of the feet and just bring the forehead down to the mat. Let the shoulders really release here. And then we're going to make our way to standing. So you can plant the hands down, come to your feet. That's not going to work for you to stand up. Find your own way to the top. All right, and then walk your way to the front edge of the mat. We'll go into some squats. Hands can come onto the hips. Feet a little bit wider than your sits bones. Sit it back into a squat. And stand it on up. Squeeze the glutes at the top. You sit it back. And down. Knees press slightly out. Abs wrap in. Whoop. Almost lost it there. We're going to sit back into our squat and hold. Lift the left heel up only and do little pulses. Just like when we were in all fours, can you check that that left hip hasn't dropped out of line? Most of your weight is in your right heel. We press into that right heel so much we stand it on up, and then we send it on back. So your left foot is just your little kickstand. You're still driving with that right foot, pressing into the ground. Think about lifting from your low glute, little squeeze at the top. For 3, 2. All right, on your next one, you're going to stay back there for me. You'll tap the left foot back and tap it back forward. We tap it back and forward. I want you to feel like your right hip is swallowing your right thigh. Try to stay steady, and this is where I said if you need a wall or anything, give that a go. All right, we're gonna add on, you got this. Left leg back. As you drive through that right foot like we worked on, you're gonna bring the left leg up, and then we're gonna come back into that same motion. Right leg bends, left foot taps down. Press into the right heel, stand it up, and down. Take it slow. Feel what muscles you're using. You can tell this is a wiggly one for me as well. Last 2. Last one, keep the lift of the leg. Little tuck of the tailbone. Lift up and in through the core. Maybe hands to prayer. Whatever feels good here. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Plant the left foot down. And we sit back into our squat and stand up. So we're going to flush it out with a few regular squats. If that was really tricky for you, smile about it. It's totally fine. We're on a journey, right? You're not expected to get it perfect. Even if you nail that one day, you might fall over the next day. Doesn't mean you're any better or any worse. It's just our body being our bodies. All right, we stay on down there. This time you're going to lift the right heel up, little pulses down and down. You're still pressing the knees slightly out, hugging the abs in. And then we stand all the way on up, driving through the left foot, and send it back. Make your arms whatever is comfortable for you. I bring them forward because it's a reminder to keep my chest open. Also helps me check in with my ribs. But maybe you like feeling your hips out. Or, I don't know, whatever. Maybe you want to do the Macarena. There you go. 3 more. 2. Sit it back for a hold. We're tapping that right foot back and forward. We tap it back and forward. Just one side. Feel different than the other. Can you sink that left hip back a little bit further? All right, we're going to go into that balance challenge. So, press into the left heel. Start to lift the right leg up into tabletop. Squeeze your low abs. Slowly sink the left hip back. Tap that foot down. We stand up. We lift. We send it back. Right leg is active. So don't let it be a dead fish just like flopping around, right? Keep your breath. 2 more here. Last one. For the hold. For the win. Press down through the left heel. You're super proud. Squeeze through those inner thighs for 4, 3, 2, plant the foot down, roll it down one bone at a time. We have one last thing here. Plant the hands down. Walk the feet back into your plank position. Roll onto the outside of the right foot. Bring the left arm up towards the ceiling. Swim it around. Come through into your plank. Other side. So I like to bring the arm up over the ear and then swim the arm forward. A little extra shoulder action in there. But maybe you just go up towards the ceiling and down. Try to keep the hips stacked, that waistline lifting on up. Last little balance challenge here. Don't let the shoulders sink together. Press through the floor. You got it. 1 more each side. Last one. Come through your plank. Lower the knees. Child's pose. Whew, yes. Maybe a little rock of the hips side to side. Roll it on up here. Just bring the hands back behind you, interlacing the fingers. Reach the knuckles back. If it feels okay, I encourage you to tuck the toes and sit on the heels. If it doesn't, find a spot that works for you. Opposite, bring it in front. Press the arms away around the spine. Bring the arms up towards the ceiling, side bend over to one side. Over to the other side. Back up through center. Swim the arms down and around. Give me 3 shoulder rolls back. 3 shoulder rolls forward. And then you, my friends, are all set. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this felt tricky for you, that's great. Keep doing it. Do it over and over again. Maybe not now, but throughout the weeks, like give it a go. It's a really fun way to see how you're progressing. And again, you might be different every day, but you should start to feel certain muscles firing a lot faster. So yeah, you can always give that a go. Again, every day is so winded, oh my god. Every Tuesday there'll be new videos. I'm linking Spotify playlists below, and I'm going to go shower because this is a situation over here, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Much love.